Yeah. I kind of wander off and just say like the drugs, like
Hi there guys, and welcome back to another FPV guide video. Today I have with me George Castillo, who is an imaging geek, and more importantly, he loves to hack hardware, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be hacking the Yuneec H.
Yes, we are. We're going to be replacing the stock Yuneec lens with a what is it?
A lens?
Yes.
You have the lens, right?
I think I left it at home. You sure? I gave you something.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
Well, that's before we went to Home Depot.
Yeah.
We went to Home Depot this morning to get a couple of pliers. So we're basically going to show you how we do this and also what tools you need to do this. So in here, in this Ziploc bag, I'm going to hold it up to the detail camera real quickly. You can see we have this doesn't open. This is a 3.97 millimeter lens right here, and that we're gonna replace into the Yuneec H. And what we did was we did a bit of testing and we found out this is actually a sharper lens. So what are we gonna do?
First off, you're gonna take off the the camera off. So we're gonna have to flip it around. I mean, you do void your warranty with this, hopefully.
Warranty?
Whatever. I don't think we really care about warranty if we're at this point. When you spend, how much was it? Like 140, 150?
Yeah, the lens is about $140. It's available from PU Production, and it's also available from carolinadrones.com. And importantly, Frank at carolinadrones.com is putting together an install service so you can order your Yuneec H with the 3.97 millimeter lens pre-installed. And we did some testing. We're gonna come back to that later. Let's get going on our hack here. There.
Okay, you see there's 4. You're not gonna want to take out the inner 2. You're gonna want the outer 4. So
not the 2 in the middle?
Yeah, not the 2. The silver ones you don't want. If you take off the silver ones, the whole back plate's gonna come off. And that's...
Okay, so only the one up here and the one down by my thumb there.
Yes.
Okay, on both sides.
Yes. Let's see how this comes out. Oh, it is perfect. We bought some Huskies from Home Depot, so they work out pretty good. All right, well, let's take off this cover first.
So how do you do that?
You pop it off right here.
So you have a little
lip.
What is the tool you use?
iFixit.
Oh, hold it down so we can see it. There we go. So it's a little iFixit like splitter.
Yes.
The butter knife would work?
No, I think it's too thick if you look at it, or maybe something small.
Okay.
All right. So we take that. We're going to take off these 4. Surprisingly, this is actually easier than the CG02 and CG03.
We forgot a little saucer. Usually when you do stuff like that, you want to have a little saucer and you put the screws into that so they don't fly all over the place.
All right, turn it the other side. Actually, these are pretty good.
They are working? Good.
Yeah, they're really...
So that's like a set of small screwdrivers from Home Depot. It's called Husky.
Now you just pop it out. Now here's the trouble. You have to pull this off from the holder right there. And then just carefully. Now here's this little trick. You're gonna have to just kind of wedge it out.
If I put this so it looks the same way you do, because you can see.
And there, okay, I forgot. Actually, this has a stereo microphones. I did not know that. Look at that.
So that's microphones right there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm not sure. Okay, now here is the plate. Now there's some 4 screws that hold this bracket into place. Now this is gonna be... You know what? Yeah.
Now, if we lose any of the screws, of course, George is going to go find new ones.
Yeah, I'll take it out of my camera.
What he's doing is he's turning one of the toolbox units.
I dropped it.
I can't take you anywhere. All right, so we got our screws back, and you found a little thing to put them in.
Yes, a little.
So this is essentially what we do. We have a little tray here so that these things don't disappear.
All right, so I'm taking off the 4. Here's where I start getting nervous.
Okay.
Remember, you're messing. This is like a $500 camera. I mean, which is good for the whole tech it comes with.
it's really a very good camera.
Yeah, I mean,
And I think one of the things I want to mention as we're sitting here doing this, the stock camera is right neck and neck with the X-Star and the Phantom P4. So it's already a very good camera, but we both feel we're not completely satisfied with the sharpness of the sensor. And because the sensor is in fact a 4K, it's the latest sensor from Sony, you were telling me.
yes, it is. Verified from the company that produced the, what is it?
The lens.
Yeah, the lens.
So after we checked out the sensor, it is the latest Sony sensor and it should be much sharper. And that's why we're trying to swap the lens now.
Okay, now we've taken out the plate and there's some 4 screws.
No, I can't see. You need to point with that screw.
Right there. There's 4 screws right here. Silver
Okay.
ones, so you have to take them off. Sorry about that. And they shouldn't get a camera, but actually it's right next to the fingers.
There we go.
It's like, see, it's surprising. It's really easy to swap out. I mean, once you get to the hard part right now, you can see it's like a, that's why you gotta get a good pair of screwdrivers. You don't want to get some old ones. All right, you pop it out. Well, where is it? Oh, that's right. Okay. There, oh, it's wide. There it goes.
Okay, so before you do that, what did you just release there?
Right here on this side of the ribbon, it is with double-sided tape right there. So you're gonna have to, sometimes it's off, sometimes it is, sometimes it is not. So after you release it, it pops out. Now you have to go a certain way to get the orientation. See, because this one is really fragile, see that?
Yeah.
All right, and this is the hard part right here. Yuneec used a lot of epoxy glue right there.
You're not kidding.
This is where.
So we're gonna take that off. You want to cut a little bit of it with an X-Acto knife, and then we basically have to break it free.
Yeah. You know what? It's really hard. It's like.
Well, they focused it, and they didn't want people to mess with it.
Okay, there's some of it. There's good.
So George managed to finish removing all the glue all the way around, mostly. And the next thing you're gonna do, how tight is this? Let's try it. Can we unscrew it?
Yeah, oh.
Holy, that thing is just coming off just like that after you removed it?
Yeah.
Well, so basically go gently, use an X-Acto knife, and make sure you don't cut your fingers off. Ooh, that's the lens.
All right, now I'm gonna put some, hold that down. Hold that, I want to cover the sensor. I don't want any dirt.
So you're taking a piece of black tape.
Right.
There's electrician's tape.
Yeah,
and we stuck that over the hole for the sensor.
Yes, you don't want any dirt on it because once it is, you're not gonna get it out.
At least not easily.
Yes.
So here's the 2 lenses. The big difference really is that the new one is an 8-element metal tube lens, and it's incredibly sharp. It's a 16 megapixel lens, and as you can see, if you look at this picture here, you can see how the branches are sharper on the left side compared to the right side. That's the difference between the new lens that we were using and the original lens. We did this before and after shot with the first camera we modified, and we're now modifying the second camera. I love looking at details, and we definitely found out it's a worthwhile lens. But let's get back to the sample images, the before and the afters, a little later. How are we gonna get this lens back in?
Well, first off, you're gonna need some tape, some plumber's tape, which we bought at.
So not like air conditioning tape?
No. Now, the direction of it has to be counterclockwise, or.
So basically you're rolling, let's just show it.
Yeah, let's show it, so.
Okay, so you're just laying it on there and then getting kind of a tight wind.
Yeah.
And you can just kind of rip it.
Yeah, right.
That's probably good.
Ooh, perfect.
There you go.
All right, there it is. So now we thread it back. Now we're just threading it into place. It's not going to focus automatically, so don't think it's like, oh, it's already focused. That comes later. See? That's why a metal thread is better than a plastic, because it's gonna dig.
It feels good there?
Yeah. Right there.
Wow.
That's it.
All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna assemble it real quickly, so that we're gonna get it together, but you still need to be able to turn it.
Yes. We'll get to that. When you put it back together, you're not gonna put the
Front on.
the front on, and then you can have access to it.
So we're gonna hang it on the bird and turn it on
Yes.
to focus it.
Yes.
All right, so fast forward, we are putting this back together. We should probably show how we do it as we go.
Yes.
Carry on, sir.
This is how it is. You flip that to the back, because this cable has to go under or over the ribbon cable. Then you got that.
Okay.
And now you get to put the 4 screws from the bracket in the back. Now don't over tighten them.
Yeah, it's a plastic mount, so just kind of firm it in.
Yeah.
So now you just need to do the 3 other screws.
Some people would have said, always go diagonal like a cross, never go in a circle pattern. They also would say don't tighten them too much, but it's a flat surface. Alright, one more. Alright, done. So I got the screws in, and now I'm gonna seat it back into its place, making sure that this cable right here doesn't get between the plastic brackets. This is loose. Okay, there it is.
So what are you trying to get with that screwdriver there?
Well, you see this cable, sometimes you might pinch it.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, so that's where, yeah, take your time on.
So you gotta be careful with that little cable when you install it. You got it in there, and when it's in right, it doesn't rock.
No, it will not rock. So I put 1 screw right there.
And then we do the diagonal.
Yeah.
So the next one is gonna be on the other side there.
At the top.
Yeah, don't drop those screws because...
Yeah, no, there's a magnet. Yeah, I know.
There we go. Wow, I haven't seen anything that scared me yet.
Really?
This looks easier than I thought it was gonna be.
I think what really was the scary part was the epoxy glue. When I cut it, it was made of
That worked surprisingly well.
Yes. So I think anybody can do it. But I think if you don't take your time on the cutting the epoxy, you're gonna cut a ribbon cable. We're gonna.
So like when you cut that, release that epoxy, just be really take your time.
Yeah, take your time. Get a really sharp knife.
Guys, really heat this carefully, because if you fuck up and cut a ribbon cable, you're done with this camera. And I guarantee you that is not gonna be covered under warranty. Are we gonna focus it before we put that on?
No, you focus it when it's on the bird.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna put the next layer on too?
Yeah, I gotta put everything back. Because, so you put this. So honestly, on mine, I didn't put these back in here.
So just get the 2 stereo microphones up there.
Yeah, when you want to record.
And if you use it with the handheld set, it's kind of cool to have the stereo mics.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fiddly getting the microphones in.
Yes.
You could put a little bit of like Scotch tape behind it while you install it.
Yeah.
There.
It came off. Maybe we'll put some Scotch tape. If it doesn't happen this time. I think because it's just.
Where's that little needle nose plier?
Oh yeah. This one?
This is the big one, but that might do the trick.
Yeah. No, actually, I'm not doing that.
So I see you fiddling with this thing. What is the problem here?
There was 2 plastic grooves or some pieces sticking out, which you have to go over. So actually, it's already in.
So you're just gonna kind of massage this in until it gets in place.
Yeah. Oh
And then we stick the screws on the back side.
Yeah, let's do that. It's already in.
Awesomeness.
I just did it lightly. Let me sit down. Just go down. Okay, that one's in. That one's tight.
Well, and again, you're not over tightening these.
No, just hand, even less than hand tight, because plastic will break easily, the thread. As you can tell on the thing.
Well, there you go.
Almost. Hold on, not yet.
You're not done yet?
No. Okay. Well, actually, we're done now because we're not going to put this until we focus.
So, really quickly before we move on, I want to make a quick comment about the antenna. That's a left-hand circular polarized antenna, and what most people don't realize is these kind of antennas radiate signal from the edge, not from the center. So if you want to reach out and have a good video longer, I have been cutting just a small notch down here to allow the antenna to stick down like that so that the antenna disc is flat with the world and it radiates signal out a bit longer. The only time that doesn't work so good is if you fly right over yourself, because now you are getting the signal from the center of the antenna, which is 0 in the donut.
Yeah. So now we're just going to slide it back in. Where's that? Alright, there it goes. Now we gotta turn it on.
Hold on, so we're just recording a bit of that. So we got this thing turned back on, and as you can see on the screen here, it is quite fuzzy at the moment. So what we're gonna do is basically over on the door here, we have a vertical black line. So looking at the screen, George is going to start turning the lens until that black line turns nice and focused. I'm going to start here. So you need to come in further.
Go in?
Yeah, because I see your fingers is in focus. That means the lens is out far. So you need to turn it in further. It's getting better.
I use too much tape, it's a little bit hard. It's getting there.
So the one thing George is learning right now is it would have been easier to turn this in if he had only used one layer of the plumber's tape. No more 3 layers, huh?
No.
Yeah.
Alright, now can I see that? Sorry.
But that's mine.
I know, I just need to, I'm very,
Ideally, you could focus this by taking video out from the controller and put it on a 1080p TV. However, what we're doing right now is we are just simply going to where it feels sharp, and then we are moving past it and we're finding the softness or the unsharpness on both sides of the sharp. That way we know it needs to turn about halfway back between those 2 points to be in the sharp position. If you really want to tweak this carefully, what you start to do is you take some JPEGs and you do just move it a little bit, look at your laptop and repeat until you find the position that has the highest sharpness. And that's of course what we're gonna be doing a little later to fine tune this install.
okay, no, it's right there on the text, right? This is getting sharper.
Oh no, you can't look at the text.
I know, gotta look at the, are we looking at the line?
Yeah, you have to look at the line because the text is too close. And keep in mind your focus target cannot be too close. Ideally, it should be the window and the other side of the room so that you keep your focus out a bit. These lenses have very, very high depth of field, like they're sharp from here to forever, but you still don't want to get it focused too close.
I think I got it because I can see the creases on that.
Oh, that looks pretty damn good.
Now we're gonna take sample shots.
So basically, we're gonna do a snapshot here. Why don't you hit JPEG?
That's pretty good.
Still JPEG?
Yep. There you go.
There we go.
Start over here.
What are these two things?
Those are for the GoPro mount, for the cameras.
I was just looking at the Ziploc bag and going, shoot, we forgot something.
No, those aren't for it.
Okay, so this is essentially what these things would be doing the same thing as we did with the plumber's tape.
Yeah, so it would hold it down because it would hold it from the GoPro would be on the side, so it wouldn't move around.
So the last thing is pop the shield on.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it off because.
This went pretty quickly, didn't it?
Yes, it did, and actually, I was really scared on the epoxy. I was really scared because if you saw him what he did to the camera with the vices, it's like, oh, it's gonna break. It's gonna break.
Well, so
we're done.
We're done. That actually went a lot easier than I had thought it would. As I said earlier, pewproductions.com, and also this is now available from carolinadrones.com, and Frank at carolinadrones.com will be providing an install service so you can send in the camera to have it installed, or you can just buy the lens and install it at home. Quite honestly, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yes. It's the glue that was the trouble.
Go easy on the glue. Make sure you tape up the sensor as soon as you move the lens.
Yes, because if some dust gets in there, it's gonna take you a while to clean it.
That could be all afternoon.
Yeah, and you can't take off the mount. Some people think they can take off the mount.
And then you do the rough focusing using the picture on your screen, and then after that you take JPEGs and you just basically keep tweaking it a little bit till you have a JPEG that's just enormously beautiful. Also go to the blog at fpvguy.com to check this out, and of course make sure to subscribe for more videos. And what are we doing next, George?
Well, we're going to replace the stock 2.4 gigahertz radio antennas with some external antennas.
So that's next. Stay tuned. Make sure you click subscribe and come back for more videos. We're gonna get the antenna mod up next. Stay tuned.